You've been pretty selfish at this point your whole entire career. What have you done for a lot of fighters? This would be a powerful statement for you to join. So stop it. Stop running. Stop hiding. Stop being selfish. We need all the help we can get in making this union. Conor McGregor, that's the message.
On December 29th, 2024, Jake Paul, known for his controversial persona and relentless self-promotion, made waves by announcing on Instagram his intention to face Conor McGregor. The YouTube-turned-boxer believes he's poised to make sports history, but critics argue he's further tarnishing boxing's credibility with what they see as another circus-like spectacle.
Conor, you're saying the interest is low for the fight.
The interest is low and I don't know. I don't understand.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the absurdity of this matchup. Jake Paul, a man whose boxing career thrives solely on the entertainment value of people enjoying watching him embarrass himself in the ring.
Ducking of professional boxers. The next fight could potentially be a professional boxer. I'm just getting started. I'm 26 years old and there's only so much I can do.
A professional boxer. This is the same guy who built a 111-0 record by knocking out a lineup of retired MMA fighters and somehow convinced himself, and disturbingly, part of the public, that he's a legitimate athlete. His crowning achievement? Beating Anderson Silva, a legend, but one practically eligible for AARP membership. Let's not forget his recent triumph over a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who likely spent more effort promoting his cannabis brand than training for the fight. Truly groundbreaking stuff, Jake. Absolutely revolutionary.
In terms of like face-off views, this is, in my mind, the biggest fight the world will ever see.
They know that it's just like hard to handle for them because they've been like in the spotlight.
Enter Conor McGregor, once a UFC trailblazer, now more of a walking whiskey advertisement than an active fighter. Sure, McGregor was a two-division UFC champion, what feels like a lifetime ago, but his career has been on life support since 2017, when Floyd Mayweather toyed with him for 10 rounds in a boxing ring before ending the spectacle. Since then, McGregor's fighting career has been about as consistent as Jake Paul's humility, non-existent. Between launching Proper 12 whiskey and flooding Instagram with thirst traps, McGregor has been more committed to selling booze than throwing punches. His last notable moment in combat sports, breaking his leg in 2021. And now, he's expected to waltz into a boxing ring and trade punches with Jake Paul, the walking internet troll himself. Let's call this fight what it really is, a money grab of epic proportions. The media may dub it the fight of the century, but let's be honest, it's the cash grab of the century. Reports suggest this dumpster fire could generate a staggering $250 million. That's right, $250 million for a YouTuber and a semi-retired MMA star to play pretend for a few rounds. Forget skill, legacy, or actual competition. This spectacle is about who can stir up the most drama and sell the most pay-per-views. Boxing's new motto might as well be, why fight for glory when you can fight for clicks?
Man, I wish Conor wasn't doing these types of...
Behind the spectacle is Indian billionaire Anant Ambani, who is funding the event as part of a tourism campaign to boost India's image. When you think of visiting India, does your mind immediately conjure images of two wealthy men wildly swinging at each other in a packed stadium? The fight is scheduled for Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium, with a capacity of 33,000, but will be broadcast to millions via pay-per-view. Before the fight, the drama unfolded like an episode of reality TV. Jake Paul has relentlessly taunted McGregor for years, resorting to tantrums and online trolling reminiscent of a disgruntled child denied dessert. From over-the-top trash talk to cringeworthy videos, Jake has done everything short of showing up at McGregor's doorstep with a megaphone. McGregor, instead of ignoring Jake as many suggest, took the bait. Now, we find ourselves witnessing two grown men turning boxing into a sideshow. This fight isn't about athletic prowess or respect for the sport. It's Jake Paul feeding his ego and cashing in on attention. McGregor, perhaps relieved to avoid a hungry UFC contender who could knock him out, now earns a paycheck for sparring with a YouTuber who believes boxing gloves enhance his fashion sense. Jake Paul claims he's taking this fight seriously, because of course he does. The man can't even post an Instagram story without flexing how hard he's training, as if hitting a speed bag for 15 seconds erases years of being a glorified internet clown. Apparently, he's been back in training since January 2025, focusing on speed and agility. Sounds impressive, right? Except we're talking about Jake Paul. the same guy who believes his workout montages make him the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Sure, he's got BJ Flores, a legit boxing coach, in his corner. But let's not kid ourselves. Having a decent trainer doesn't magically make Jake a skilled fighter. His true talent lies in conning people into thinking he's a serious athlete while carefully dodging anyone who might actually expose him. Conor McGregor is aiming for a comeback that borders on miraculous after suffering a brutal leg injury in 2021. Credit where it's due. McGregor has shown grit, spending years in rehab and now working to adapt his MMA prowess to boxing rules. It's admirable, but let's not overlook the challenges. His last serious boxing attempt was in 2017, when Floyd Mayweather outclassed him over 10 rounds before finishing the fight. Since then, McGregor has been absent from the boxing world. While his determination is impressive, questions remain about whether his body can meet his ambitions. After such a lengthy layoff and a devastating injury, can he still compete at the highest level? The heart is there, but does he still have the legs to support it?
What do you think about Conor tweeting still at like 3 a.m. like coked out?
He sent shots at me and Ryan talking shit. It's crazy coming from Conor, who literally got out of the USADA pool. He sent that. I've been trying to hate him. I've been trying to be like, fuck you, Conor. But I can't. I love Conor.
Physically, this matchup is odd to say the least. Jake Paul stands 6'0" and weighs around 190 lbs, giving him a clear size advantage. But let's not confuse size with skill. Jake's height and weight have helped him against retired MMA fighters and washed-up celebrities, not against someone like Conor McGregor, who has faced legitimate killers in the UFC. At 5'9" and roughly 170 lbs, McGregor might be smaller, but he's used to fighting elite opponents who actually know what they're doing. Jake's toughest competition to date, a nearly 60-year-old Mike Tyson, who's probably spent more time thinking about his next cannabis product than throwing punches. Let that sink in. And yet, the betting odds favor Jake Paul. He's sitting at -175, while McGregor is the underdog at +155. Yes, you heard that right. The YouTuber turned boxer is favored over Conor McGregor, one of MMA's most iconic fighters. If that doesn't make you question the current state of boxing, nothing will. Sure, Jake is younger and has the size advantage, but his career has been built on hand-picked opponents. Guys who are either too old, too small, or too irrelevant to matter. Let's talk about the so-called experts. Paulie Nalinnagi, never one to shy away from a hot take, claims Jake Paul might actually knock out McGregor. Yes, the same Jake Paul who made a name for himself at prank videos is being hyped as a potential KO artist against a UFC legend. If that doesn't make you cringe, nothing will. Meanwhile, Eddie Alvarez, a former UFC champ, has pointed out the logistical nightmare McGregor would face just to make this fight happen. UFC contracts are notoriously airtight, and Dana White isn't exactly known for letting his fighters chase clout with YouTubers. Then, there are the fans. Jake's loyalists are hyping this up as the moment he proves he's legit, while McGregor's supporters are just hoping to see Jake get a much-deserved slice of humble pie. The rest of us? We're rolling our eyes at what's clearly a glorified cash grab. This isn't about sporting merit. It's about money. Let's call it what it is, the ultimate spectacle. Jake Paul gets to stroke his ego, pretending he's a legitimate fighter, while McGregor cashes a fat paycheck without risking another catastrophic injury in the UFC. And for us, the audience, we get to watch boxing descend further into the realm of reality TV. Whether Jake wins or McGregor pulls off a comeback, the only real victor here is the almighty dollar. This fight isn't about competition. It's about selling drama. And if there's one thing these two know how to do,